My channel, my channel, my content. My channel, my content. My channel, my content.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Hope everyone had an awesome Easter weekend.
Yeah, it was great.
I relaxed. I
Sweet.
chilled a little. I did get some stuff done, but I think I took it a little extra easier than I normally do, which is good. I'm still in that I don't know, that Zen mode. I'm sort of, you know, I'm if I don't move, I'm falling asleep. And if I start moving, I'm like, why the fuck did I move? Because it hurts. Like I'm just so it's good. I needed it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
You can't go 24/7 balls to the wall.
well, what didn't you tell me that before of the last 13 years? I mean, shit, I could have used that advice during that time. So happy Monday, everybody. We got Mr. John from Black Rock Balls in the house.
Hey, John.
This is Happy Monday Building. How was my birthday? It was pretty good. I just, just chilled. I mean, I celebrated a little bit on the weekend, and Jeff and Austin took me for an all-you-can-eat Japanese buffet. Not a buffet where you sit at the table, you order whatever you want, and then you cook it yourself.
Hot pot kind of stuff. Yeah,
it was pretty good, man. We ate a lot. It was really good. But Austin was, the chef. He,
Sweet.
I would just help him out once in a while. It's like, yeah, that looks ready. I'll take it and eat it. He was out there making everybody, putting it all in. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. But yeah, big 5-5, baby.
Right on.
I made it. My man, Paul, Sarah from Serpents in the house. So I hope everyone had a fantastic Easter weekend. Now let's get our learning on. Oh my God. Just number 3, the Pie Man in the house. What's up, Dwight?
Dwight, how's it going,
That's
buddy?
in number 3. My man, Ed, close. Number 4, 219. Number 5, number 6, Texoma. What's up, Holly? How are you? My man, Mike. We got Jay Slithers. Smash that like button. You just made me say, welcome to Mutation Creation, my channel, my content. And then now smash the like button. See, look at that. We got the double whammy going on. Get it done.
Professional production now.
Yeah, there you go. Look, it looks fancy. It's got scrolling bottom and wow. Mm-hmm. So we just got to replace the host and co-host, and we've got it good.
Then it would be.
And it might be
a great show.
Shit. But no, thanks for everybody popping in and giving us your time, and hopefully if there's any questions or topics, pop them into the chat and we will get to them eventually. We've been pretty good with keeping up with the chat. I remember sometimes I'm an hour behind.
It's been a while since we've gotten more efficient.
Been pretty good.
Hopefully we get some great questions tonight.
Oh, Misty Hill says, greetings from Ireland. Right, who's here? I have ribs in the oven. Oh my God, now I'm hungry. Thank you. I have ribs in the oven. I might have to put too much honey on them. So crispy ribs it is.
Yeah, sometimes the sugar burns if you put the honey on too early.
Yes, but it's still good.
It's going to be awesome.
It is. So I actually had ribs for my birthday on the weekend. And I usually do honey garlic, but I went barbecue. And do you guys have Kelsey's down in the States?
What is it?
It's like a Roadhouse, Kelsey's Roadhouse. So it has one of those things.
Yeah.
And I ended up having wings, and wings I Sometimes it's honey garlic. Sometimes it's, Frank's Red Hot or, mild or whatever, But I tried apple butter. And it was pretty good. Apple butter, honey barbecue, but it was pretty damn good. You take a bite, it's sweet, and then it tastes like an apple, and then it has a little bit of a smoke to it. It's pretty good.
I think I'm allowed to have ribs still, as long as it doesn't have. I'm now on this carnivore. Yeah, I'm on this carnivore diet. So meat, it's what's for breakfast. It's what's for lunch. It's what's for dinner. Basically, I've eaten nothing but steak, eggs, and bacon for and burger patties for like a month now. And
chicken breast, you can, right?
I can, but I haven't.
Yeah. So I mean, I did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you go to a breakfast joint, and it's like, hi, yeah, I'll have the big breakfast, less the toast, less the potatoes, and it's like, wow, just meat. And I'm like, yep, and eggs, meat and eggs. That's it. Would you like to? Nope, no sauce, no nothing.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. It's not bad. I mean, because I'm a meat eater, I love it. I can do it, but it gets blah after a while, and
I'm already starting to go like, well, this is not cake at all. This is 0% like cake.
I'd rather be on the carnivore diet than the vegan diet, because I just don't do vegetables. So I couldn't last a day on that. Like I just couldn't.
Yeah.
So that was more on my wheelhouse, but it's still tough. At first it's like, oh, this is great, and then it's like
you open the pantry thinking there's food in there you can eat, and there's nothing in the pantry you can eat.
No.
And there's only 2 things in the fridge you can eat. So it's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty blah.
It makes for a very focused shopping list.
My man Brian, Boop and Snoots in the house.
Hey, Brian.
Hope you're recovering almost back to normal. Adrian's in the house.
Hey, Adrian.
We got Dark Desire Pythons. Happy Monday. Nicholas says, hope you all have a great show. I got to catch the replay. Day behind on cleaning snake room. Yeah. Gonna turn up some Norma Jean till my ears bleed.
There you go.
Happy Monday. Yeah. That's another thing too, is when these holidays and family things that, you got to do it, but it also sets you behind like many people. It's like,
it does.
Catch up time. Yeah. That's even like when you do an expo and stuff. I mean, we're used to it. We're always
that's right
shifting and moving stuff, or we're used to things coming to give us a little bit of a curve, and then it's time to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Sweden in the house, spitting by geckos. What's going on? Lucky's in the house. Tire Gods.
What's up, Jamie?
My man Jason. Massey Morph Works. How you doing? Hope all's well. How the 2 new additions doing? Excuse me. Solar Xanos Balls in the house. What's up? Constricting Creations. How you doing, man? How you doing? Uh-oh. Check it out.
Here we go.
MCBR in the house saying happy Monday. I came home to a female triple het DG Hypo Clown starting to OV. That's awesome. So super excited. That'll be a DG het clown.
DG clown het hypo with
triple
GG
het.
hypo clown.
1 and 8, 1 and 16.
That's awesome.
Wow, double 1 4 1. Is that 1 and 16 to hit a triple?
I thought it was 8. Okay.
It could be. I'm just trying to think. See how tired I am?
They're all going to be DG clown.
No, and then, because it's triple het to DG. So
triple het. I see. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think. 1 and 4. I think it's 1 and 16. I think it's 1 and 16. Down below, we'll get to it.
I don't know. I think it's worse than that. It's 1 and 4 to hit it. It's 1 and 4 to hit DG. It's 1 and 4.
No, 1 and 2. Say DG to het.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
So you're going to get.
Don't ask me to math. I can't math now.
Yeah. Math ain't mathin'. Yeah. I'm tired. So You know, I'm actually getting a little bit rejuvenated right now from being tired because my brain's spinning.
Pet to visual 1 and 2.
1 and 2. So 1 and 2 DG, 1 and 2 clown, 1 and 4 hypo. I'm going to say 1 and 16.
I think you're right. 1 and 16.
1 and 16. Because triple visual to triple het's 1 and 8. So 1 and 16, final answer.
Yeah.
Probably wrong.
2 times 2 times 4.
So I'm sticking with it. Smash the like button. Filth, Pythonosaurs in the house. Yes, they did. Leafs laid down. I was talking to Craig about that. Leafs came and really, 6-2, laid a beating on game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoff, which is great. Got another game tomorrow, I believe, or another couple days, and then we're off to Ottawa. They call it the Battle of Ontario because they're both Ontario teams. So can't wait. It was really good. All the players stepped up. We had really awesome goaltending. So I'm happy. Shauna in the house.
Hey, Shauna.
Adrian says, I got a female coiling up, so it's about to happen soon, but I don't have my incubator set up. Going to do it tonight. Yeah, you definitely want to have it set up prior because sometimes they lay a little sooner than you think, or they lay a lot later than you think. But definitely be prepared.
Get an incubator set up. Go ahead and get a tote set up with their substrate in there.
Whatever method you're going to do, make sure you have it. Not like, oh, let me go get it the day of.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. It's always good to be prepared. I don't think, even though we do get prepared, we're not always as prepared as we should be. But, at least something, at least getting the ball rolling is the start. Robinson Exotic Reptiles, thanks so much. South Sound in the house. What's going on? Triple S. I think that's the first time I've seen that logo.
I think they're in Washington. Is that right? South Sound? Is it
South Sound Snakes?
Is it Puget Sound that you're talking about? I seem to remember this.
Ryan, South Bay, what's going on? Tyson's in the house. Oh, Ken, where's the mofo? There it is. Happy Mofo Monday, baby. Hope everyone had a great Easter weekend. Right back at you. Half Moon Lake. Herps says greetings. And, now we're here. So I didn't even go check. You know what? We just started yapping before I even started checking. Look at all you guys checking in on us. Thank you. Thank you so much. Normally we go to the end. See, we're off. See how tired I am, man? I'm already,
We're slipping already.
A little bit, man, a little bit. But now
some more sparkling water will help.
But now I can use my age, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, sorry, man. I'm 55, man,
Yeah, but you can't get the 10% discount yet. You can't use the age until you get the senior discount.
Still got to go. Still got some time. Gus Lowe, right back at you. Let's see. Oh, Chad's in the house from Richie's Recessives. How you doing, man?
Hey,
Hope all is well. Rob's here. Barnes Family Pies. North Country off grid. Can't hang out tonight. Got to catch the rerun. Have a good evening, ladies and gents. Right back at you. Replay gang is going to be strong. Pete, Garden State. How you doing, man?
Hey, Pete.
How are things? I love that logo. Every time I look, it's like, it reminds me of my Packers football season. Come on, baby. Mark says, good evening, Billy, Craig, and chat. Hope everyone had a great Easter weekend. Awesome.
Thank you.
Grim Reaper in the house. 55 Club. Yep. 55 Club.
Yep.
Thank you, Gus. What? Look at this. TRD Supreme shouting out from Barbados.
Nice.
You live there or are you just visiting? Because either way, I'm jealous. It's like, wow, from the Barbados. Wow, that's awesome.
That's great.
Thanks for popping in. Wise guys, how you doing? Charlie, Reagan, Renee, Royal Pythons in the house.
Charlie.
Who else we got? Who else?
Charlie's been sharing the wisdom in our audio, in our AV club.
Cool.
thing. He's been doing some Instagram tests and sharing the wisdom in that group. It's been
Awesome.
great.
Good. No, Chad, not like Patrick Swayze Roadhouse. Oh my God, Chad. Brian, what's up? How are you? Ah, Dembala's in the house.
What's up, guys?
What is going on? Mission Morphs here, representing Pure Python Passion. How are you? Happy Monday. So Chad says, eat chicken too. Just make sure you're eating enough and make it fatty.
Cool.
Hey, yeah. How come you aren't eating chicken? You're just not a fan of it, or just
for 30 days? I'm just gonna go the
red meat
way, and then we'll experiment adding other meats.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, chicken's good. You can spice it, and it's
God tier will be when I go to the Brazilian restaurants and they bring you by all the different meats, and you just have a.
That's the best.
Meat smorgasbord.
Those are the best. I love those. Actually, I haven't been there in a while. I got to make a note of that. Definitely got to go do that.
Mm-hmm.
I love at the end, they bring the pineapple.
Yep.
Oh, that's my favorite. It's like, here you go. It's like, just go. Come on. Yeah. Just keep peeling. I just pile my plate. Love it. Oh, what's going on, man? Brotherly in the house.
Hey.
How are you? We got Bald Head in the house.
What's up, Jeff?
Who else popping in? Let's see. Oh, the animals. They're doing great. Love them. Awesome. Good to hear. I always like that. And it's funny because I actually had somebody today that was that bought an animal, and they called the phone. I was actually dealing with a new customer I just met, and they called, and I said, you know what, give me about 50 minutes and call me back. And dealt with the other customers. They left, had a nice chat with them, and old school people that were in it. They do boas. So they were doing it a long time ago. They got out for certain reasons, and now they're getting back in and just talking about certain things. And it's good to talk with someone that's, old school, and then coming back, and how it's changed and how we got to sort of deal with it. And we're still old school, so there's still a lot of shit that we hate. But once they left, and how I can talk, so they managed to get out of here without hours and hours of us yapping. Answered the phone, they called back, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, yeah, that animal I got from you, it's doing awesome. I'm super happy. I saw this one. Is it still available? And I'm like, yes, it is. So they got that one. I'm shipping that out tomorrow. They're here local in Ontario, so I'm shipping that out. But it's good to hear, and I don't get as much feedback as I wish I did, because when you sell a bunch of snakes, the only feedback you really get is the negative ones. Like, hey, it didn't make it. Hey, it was cold.
Sure.
Hey, this isn't the animal I ordered, or something. And it's hard when you have like 20 or 30 things. You can't really,
follow up on all of them.
You should, right? But it's good, like, with Massey here. Yeah, they're doing great. I love them. Awesome. And, hey, I got those animals in. They like Paul last week. He grabbed, I think, 5 or 6. And he's like, yeah, each one of them took a rat right away. I'm like, awesome. And it's just good to hear that,
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I wish I could do more. I might just implement, like, just have it where these are the people that go out, send them a nice quick email and see, right? But you definitely hear from them if something's wrong. You know what I mean?
You do.
So, but it's good to hear. And I guess not hearing anything's good too, because if you don't hear anything, you got to assume that everything's fine.
Yes.
So,
yeah, for sure.
But it's good to hear it and see it. Like, I'm so happy. Let's see. Eric Smith, ERS in the house. Spring is here. Let's have a great year. Yeah, we're supposed to get to 21 on Thursday. So not like that's groundbreaking or anything.
It's been in the 80s here. It's been amazing.
Yeah. So break out the old calculator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is 1 in 16. Yes, see? So yeah, it's 1 in 16. Need a 32 egg plus. Yeah, don't we all? So yeah, see, so yeah, my brain is working. It's speeding up. I'm getting a little bit of energy, even though I'm just sitting here. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Heart of Python's in the house. Missed you on
Bill and
Thursday.
Kate.
Oh, sorry, Friday.
Yeah, I couldn't make it either.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It was
Good Friday.
long weekend, Easter weekend. Yeah, I get it. You know, so just the usual suspects popped in, the delinquents and
Yeah, miscreants.
yeah. Talon Hawkins, Dragon Ball. What's going on? Oh, may the odds be in your favor, Josh. Yeah. I've hit crazier odds, so I'm rooting for you.
There's nothing that says you can't hit 2 or 3.
Rising Phoenix Reptiles. What's up? What's up?
Jamie.
AMP Universe. What's up? 219 says 7 more days. Cut my first Sunset Het Pied clutch. Ah, sweet. Awesome. So 7 more days. Yeah, it's a long time.
219, aren't you on a podcast soon? I think Nikki told me you're on a podcast soon. Am I right?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. We'll give you a shout out. Made my Orbeez last night, and egg trays came today. Incubator's finally done. You're prepped. Nice. That's good. It's always good to be prepared. Yep, Washington. South Sound Snakes in Washington. Grizzly Bear. Hey, Billy. Hey, chat. Billy, Craig, how you fellas doing? Got great news. I just got a 1.0, so male, Scrambler Orange Dream Asphalt Head Ultramel with a female 0.1 Ultramel Wookiee Cypress Yellow Belly coming next month, weighing 4. Oh, that's good. She's
nice.
Breeding size. So
that's great.
So Scrambler.
Wookiee and Scrambler can be great together.
Wookiee, Scrambler, OD, Freeway, Ultramel, and Cypress to boot.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, I would like to see that outcome for sure. Let's see. Smash that like. I'm just getting caught up. Oh, live in the Barbados. So even more jealous. That's good. Hope all is well. Dickie Foster in the house. What's going on? Brotherly Love Exotics has a question or an opinion. Take this one away, Craig.
What's your opinion on this? I won an animal on auction, which is local to me. Seller agreed for local pickup, but wants to charge me the shipping price of $85 plus the cost of the snake. That's BS.
Yeah, so we had this.
This is the second time I've heard of this.
Yeah, we had this happen up here in Canada. Someone's like, "Hey, you're charging me for shipping when I'm picking it up at a show where you were going to be anyways. It's not like you came just. I could understand. No, when you do an auction, okay, you get what you get. Like I see some auctions, people like $300 to ship. I'm like, I ain't paying $300 to ship. You're just trying to fucking gouge me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't like that. I don't think it's ethical. If you don't want to sell an animal cheap or let the people bidding on it, get it to the price where they're willing to pay. I'm not upflating, because then what happens if you say $300 and you actually get more than the thing's worth, or people fight over it? Now you're gouging them even more. That's not how an auction works. Or I love how some people put an auction and they'll start it at $1,500. That's not a fucking auction. It's not an auction.
No.
Auction starting bid $1,500. That's not a fucking auction. If you don't want to use the auction and use the auction parameters and charge a proper, decent shipping rate, then don't fucking put the animal in.
I mean, as far as shipping rates go, that's okay. But as far as pickup rates go, that's horrible.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah. So technically, you cannot charge for a service by law that you're not providing.
Mm-hmm.
So the shipping price is $85. If you are not technically shipping the animal, you cannot charge that. It's illegal. That's like you go to a lawyer and he charges you for something but doesn't do it, right? But he's going to charge you anyways. You can't just charge for something, a service that's not provided. It's crazy.
Yep.
So I don't agree with it at all. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it is, that's there to get more money for the person. It does nothing to help you. It's you're being charged for something that isn't even being done. I don't agree with it 100%.
They should have set $85 as the minimum price if that's what they wanted to do.
If
they wanted just to roll shipping into the price of the animal and hope to make money on shipping, then they should have just rolled it into the
or have it stated like $85 to ship, $50 to pick up. Well, why are you charging $50 to pick up? Because I have to make time out of my busy schedule. Who knows? But at least it's there in black and white. You can't just buy a snake and then say, oh, well, you're picking it up. You still got to pay the shipping charge. Where the fuck was that? It says shipping. I'm not getting it shipped. You can't charge me. And if you want to do a pickup fee, like Uline, you've heard of Uline, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's very big. They have shipping charges. Mm-hmm. And if you go pick up, there's a $25 pickup fee. But it says that. There's a fee to pick up. I get it, because there's there's employees there that they're paying to give you your stuff, right? So there's a fee to it, but it's stated there, right? Mm-hmm. If it's not stated, I don't agree with it, and you shouldn't have to pay it. And if people are being ridiculous, like $150 pickup fee, well, you can keep the fucking snake, feed it, cost you more, And I would assume anybody disagree with that? You think there should be? I mean, is anybody here that does that in their own auctions? And if so, what's the point behind it? The only point I could see is getting more money for a snake is going to go a little lower than you thought.
Kurt disagrees a little bit. He says, it's an auction, take what you can get. And so I understand that, but I'd rather see it. I'd rather see it in writing, or agreed to up front or something, but you don't communicate up front with people usually, but whatever.
So put it this way, you take the auctions away, there's no such thing as an auction. It doesn't exist in our world.
Yeah.
And you put, compared to other people, right? Because other people auction, sometimes they do free shipping, sometimes they charge, whatever. So you have a business and you put it where, hey, pick up and you charge a fee, and 80-90% of the other people don't charge, you're going to cost yourself some money, because people are going to go and deal with the people that don't charge the pickup.
Yep.
So
interesting.
Or would you do a pickup fee on an animal that they're paying full price on? Then why should you do it on an auction? It's a different selling platform. So that's just my point. That's what I believe. Other people can have their own, but I just don't. It's an auction. You go, you can get more than what you expect, but you usually see in an auction, especially when you're looking at all these deals, it's moving animals at a discounted price. So, don't put high-end animals up, because you're going to get low dollars. Put up what you're willing to get rid of, and doesn't really affect you. Snake Man Pat.
Hey,
what's
Pat?
up? What is up? So I paired one of my female up since November. Seen only 2 locks. Should I keep pairing for this season, or did she reabsorb? You don't know if she reabsorbs if you don't know if she's even building follicles. So, I mean, the rule of thumb for me is pair once a month until she stops eating. She's constantly coiled at the back. You can sort of see her swell. She goes through those, there's a lot of different, traits that they'll do. A lot of visual signs they'll give. So, I mean, I can't say if she's reabsorbing if she hasn't been building, right? So you got to have a point. Like, even when I've gone to people's house to ultrasound, if I put it on and it's 20, I don't know if it's building or reabsorbing because I have nothing to compare it against. Now, if I go back and it's now 16, well, last time I was here, it's 20. Now it's 16. It's reabsorbing. Well, now it's 29. Now it's building. So you don't have a reference point. So she could have, but without a reference point or knowledge if she was building or anything like that, continue to pair once a month and feed until she shows a lot of characteristics or behaviors that shows that she's probably gravid. Thank you. Thank you. Did I get a card from Supreme? Oh, my God. Yeah, no. But I haven't heard from him because I don't follow. I have stopped following him a while ago. But he does have 2 animals on an auction, one starting at 1,000 and one starting at 1,500.
I misunderstood Kurt. He was arguing that it's ridiculous to charge the fee. Yeah.
You know what? If you think it's something that is all right and you do, I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's right. Doesn't mean, whatever Billy says is what has to be done. No, it's what I believe. And I've said why I think, if somebody comes here to my facility, I don't give a shit if I have to waste 3-4 hours of my day to show them around, and I usually do. And I'm never going to charge them a pickup fucking fee. Never. You ship it? Yeah, I'm fucking charging you because I have to pay for that service. It's not coming out of my pocket. Right? So that's the way I look at it. But I honestly think if you're not having a pickup fee for your normal animals that you're getting at full pop, I don't think you should have a pickup fucking fee for auctions, because the only reason why you're doing that is because you're not going to get what you thought or as much as you want for that animal in an auction, and you're making that difference up as much as you can in charging people. And that's what I believe the mentality behind it is.
If you can't take the risk, don't take the risk if you can't stand to lose.
That's what I believe, because I don't think the mentality is there. Or maybe it is like, oh man, shit, yeah, they do have a pickup fee for their animals that you buy for $5,000. Well, I'm not going to be spending a lot of $5,000 with that person if I have to pay a pickup fucking fee. That's just how I think, right? Like, come on now, like, so. But everybody has their own way, their own, and I get it. I just explained how I feel, and I think I can speak for many people. Just dropped the female at the vet. She had an infected tooth. Oh, shit. I had one of those about 6 months ago. Yeah. And it sort of like, it goes in. We try to go in and try to pry it out or just pop it and then try to get it's almost like a pus, and try to get that out. And
treat it with povidone.
Yeah. But it sucks. So, and definitely looks miserable. Sounds like trying to scam me out of another 85. Yeah. So Ryan says, I have a gravid female I'm just curious about. It's been about 39 days since her pre-lay shed. About how many days post pre-lay shed do I need to be concerned? 74?
And sometimes those sheds can be misleading.
Correct.
You don't know it's a pre-lay shed until they lay, and then the last shed was the pre-lay shed.
Correct, because I've heard, that they've shed a few times, and 50, you should around 50, 60 days, is usually when people start worrying, and it's like, okay, oh, fine, 54, yeah, she finally laid, but the largest is 73 or 74 days. But then again, too, it's your animal. If something's worried, like if you get past 50 days, if you took that into a vet would say, hey, it's still a little early. Let's see how she is in another couple weeks. That's what a good vet would say. Okay. So I would say after day 50, 55, then let the panic set in. And, figure out what you want to do. myself, I've probably paired 2,500, 3,000 females in my in my time, and I believe I've had 4 or 5 that have died from being eggbound. Austin, a few years ago, had 2, and I had 1 within the same sort of span. I'm like, fuck, like, wow, not another one. Like, wow, haven't heard, like, you know, because, you know, Austin would say that, like, he was just here, last week. He was actually here yesterday too. You know, you'd hear that. Oh yeah, fuck, man. How things, man? Shit, I had another one die eggbound. We would hear about it. We haven't. So it's something, like I said, in thousands, probably 3,000 pairings and females laying for me. I might have had 5 pass. I think Austin has 3, maybe 4 in his 8-9 years. So it can happen, yes. And the way I look at it is, I'm just going to let, you know, nature do its thing. You know, if I can help and maybe give it a soak, but, you know, other people like, no, let me take it to the vet. I mean, you got to do what you feel is best for you and the animal. But like I said, a lot of people worry. I had another person message me like, what do you think, Billy? I'm like, you know, what I would do, I would just leave her be and let her lay, right? And sure enough, he messaged me like, oh man, look, fucking, yeah, oh my God, finally, like, now the stress is gone. Yeah, it happens. But it can do the opposite way too. But I would say it's a very small percentage that they get eggbound and die. So, but that's something that I think, you know, the ball should be in your court and you make that decision. Don't, well, Billy told me not to do anything and it died. Fuck Billy. Yeah, that could happen. But I'm not telling you not to do anything. I'm just giving you the options. I don't do anything. Right. Mm-hmm. So, but the panic, I would set in day 50, 55. It's like, okay, this is nuts. This is crazy. Like, but I think you're okay right now. Just leave her be. If you want, maybe you want to give her a soak. And you know, quick soak. And maybe that could stress her out. Like I said, I don't do anything. And I've had very minimal, you know, animals die from being eggbound. Anybody else have a lot of bad luck with eggbound females? Put that down. Maybe add to what I'm saying. How about you? Have you ever had an eggbound female?
I did, but she finally laid, and so she had a small clutch, and then there was a big chunk of poop that was in between that and a couple slugs and another couple eggs, and so it was. She laid the eggs. They were fine, but then the rest of the eggs didn't come for a while. I want to say 2 weeks later, the rest of the eggs came out and they were bad, of course.
Yeah. So normally when they come in, and I've had some females lay and have a few eggs still inside, and you try to work them down, give them baths, try to push them down, massage them down slowly. Mm-hmm. And I've had it like 4 or 5 weeks later, they come out and you're like, oh, they're like blue and yellow and green and wet and deflated. They're just like, ugh, like, this definitely ain't going in the incubator, and I'm not cutting this fucking thing. I can tell you, it's just, it's nasty. So yeah. Mr. Mercy Morphs, Joe,
Hi,
how are you? How are you, man? Good to see you here. Eric says, give her a soak if you're concerned about eggbound.
Auction is Canada only, price in USD.
Yeah. So I sell everything in USD. I mean, people have been, you know, but you're in Canada. Why do you sell in US dollars? Because 90% of my animals are in US dollars. The market is basically dictated by the US dollar and market. For ball pythons, that's where I resource and get my sort of pricing. It's from the US. And like I said, most of my business is US, but I will convert it for you or give you a bit of a deal because you're in Canada, but I'm in US dollars. But it's because I sell mostly to the US. But if you're strictly Canadian, you're only selling in Canada, why the fuck are you asking for US dollars? Like, come on now. Do you know what? Grab a calculator.
to make it look like the price is lower.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just crazy.
That's why.
It's dumb. It is weird. So, but I understand it. I just don't agree with that. So I guess it's up to the breeder, but that's BS in my opinion. I agree. Yeah. and that's the thing is, I've said this a lot of times on different platforms, my own, other people's. The best way for you, especially being new, to understand business, and if you're not into, customer sales, customer relations, if you're not into business, you're like, wow, I left my 9 to 5. Now I'm doing this. This is all new. The best way to fucking gauge anything is how you feel from how other people have treated you and what they've done. So I know what it's like to get an animal that looks like it was fucking not fed. What the fuck? Oh, I'm very disappointed. I thought it'd be bigger. Oh, wow. I mean, and that's happened to me when I had to wait 6-7 months to get CITES and ship from the US back in 2006, 7, 8, 2004, all that sort of era. And you would go, they would say, yeah, you put a deposit down, and they apply for CITES. And then 3 months later, it's like, make another payment. And they're like, hey, I want to make this other payment. Well, you can, but we don't know when the paper's in yet. And it's like, shit. And 6-7 months later, it's in, yay. And then you would go and you'd go pick it up at the airport. And then you'd get it. And it's like, they've had this animal for 7 months. Oh, it's got to be I bought it at 300 grams. 7 months later, holy shit, it's going to be almost closer to breeding size soon. You get it, and it's 300 grams. What the fuck? Oh, we maintenance feed. What the fuck? Right. And I'm like, but that doesn't make sense. What happens if I fell through? Now you have an animal that's the same size that it was 6 months ago. It's useless to you because you're underfeeding it. And yeah. I knew how it pissed me off because I expected it. And I spent a lot of money on an animal. In 2007, I think it was, I actually brought it up. It was the very first black Xanthic into Canada in 2007. And I paid $12,500 US for it. So I brought it in. Wow, my God, I can't wait to see how big it is. What the fuck? It was still a decent size. It wasn't 68 grams, but I mean, it was 200-300 grams, the same size as when I bought it 6-7 months ago. And it disappointed me. I mean, I was upset. I mean, so
it's the, in retail, we think about the total lifetime value of a customer. We don't think about just one sale, right? Brotherly Love just wrote in chat, when you lose a customer over $85, could have made thousands of dollars. And that's true. It's very true. It's that's why so many retailers have very permissive return policies. It's because they'd rather take that one loss than lose you as a customer.
Makes sense.
And it's super important to earn customers. You're not just selling ball pythons, you're earning customers. You know?
So definitely if you and you've seen it on in the chats, in you probably get it once every other week. Yeah, I got an animal, it was shipped, and it was 75 grams when I got it. Yeah, I'm getting this animal, it was 84 grams. I from a bigger breeder, I wasn't expecting something so small. It happens. I don't agree with it. I think people should change. But if you have to buy an animal, especially, from somebody that has the means to feed it, usually breed their own rodents, and if you're a big breeder, you can afford to keep an animal for another 4, 5, 6 weeks to fucking feed it, to ship it to a customer that would value that a lot better and much higher, and think higher of you than when you just ship them an animal because it's more convenient for you. and I'll never buy from that guy again because it's a shitty experience. If you have a shitty experience with somebody, do not repeat that, because guess what? Someone's going to have that same feeling you did with that other person.
Yep.
Negative. Switch it around. That's why, like, I have certain things and I don't give a fuck. This is how I do it because I know how it feels. Okay. When you send an animal from a show, you know, $100 banana, right, to a person that's 86 grams, they don't know how to assist feed. They have it probably in a big enclosure. They don't really like. They're a new person. Not only is that person, you know, and the snake going to be stressed because it's not eating, it's, you know, they're going to be calling you all the time. You're going to be putting more time and effort into that. You should have just kept that animal and fed it for 6 more weeks. It would have cost you less time and money, and then give it out when it was supposed to. But, you know, you definitely want to take what you've learned as a consumer or what you've seen or what you heard and say, hey, like, all these people are bitching about it. I don't want to do that because it seems like if you do that, it's not a very positive thing for my business or my brand, and don't do it. Another thing, you know, I'll just talk about it. I mean, Craig didn't hear about it, and I don't want to bring up drama, but, right. You know, Brett, you know, Jersey guys. Fuck, man, awesome. They're great. Great
guy, him and his dad.
Him and his dad. You know, they got some tree monitors. They're expanding. They got into this hobby. You know, they've invested a lot. They're expanding. They're growing. They're getting into different diversity. It's awesome to see them. And they talked about this. Shout out to Mike at the Herb Collectors. I think it was Tuesday last week. He was
Thursday.
On. Or Thursday.
Yep.
And I caught a little bit of it. But, you know, somebody bought a snake off of Matt Bader. Oh, my God, not Bertram. Matt Byram. Thank you. Holy God. 55, starting to hatch, you know, it's only been fucking 4 days. It's starting to come. Matt Byram, you know, they bought a snake from him. I think it was, I believe, don't quote me, I believe it was $15,000. They put $7,500 down, and the animal died in the breeder's care. So they're like, oh, that sucks. Well, I want my $7,500 back. And it's like, I don't give refunds. And it's like, what? Well, I mean, you can have it in credit. And it's like, well, fuck, we wanted to spend $15,000 on this one snake because of the genetics. That's why we buy these animals, for the genetics. Especially if you're spending, you know, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on animals, not because of the genetics, you need to stop fucking doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, you buy animals at that price point for the genetics, right? Because it's key for what you're in or what you have to elevate your projects and where you want to move forward. That's why you spend that kind of money. And they're like, hey, man, like, yeah, I get it. It sucks. I mean, you know, I'm out that animal. I was really looking forward to him, but there's nothing that I want, you know, and if you're going to give me credit for the future, well, I mean, that money's going to be sitting dead for another year, and it's just not cool. And I mean, I think Brett, like I said, I was listening to it while I was doing some shit here. Mm-hmm. And I believe he said, hey, you know what? And he said, and it was so cool because he's like so humble, like, not to brag, but we do have money and we spent a lot, you know, but what happens if it wasn't us? If it was somebody else that had $15,000 only for their entire snake budget for the year. And some of that is even more expensive than most people that I know that have that.
That's right.
You know, so wow. So say they did, like, you know what? Oh, you know what? I've been doing good. I really like this. I've had so many people, and it's a great community, and I really love what I'm doing, and I want to do more. I'm going to save this money and pull some money out, and I'm going to buy this snake for $15,000. But that's all I got, and it's going to put him in a sort of a, you know, I might be eating craft dinner for a few months and take some heat from the girlfriend or the wifey for months or maybe longer. But I'm willing to do that. And you go and do that, and you get put in this position like Brett was. Well, what do you do? Like, now it's like, wow, I like, this was for me. Like, you know, wow, like, it really fucking destroys that person. And it puts a bad mouth, you know, a taste in your mouth. That person's like, wow, what did I do? Like, I just took a big gamble, and this is, wow, it's not cool. It's really not
I
cool.
understand that policy when it comes to the other way around, when the customer wants to cancel
or can't pay. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, that was a deposit. And I would venture to say most experienced breeders on Morph Market have that policy. You know, like you can put something down if you want to pay over time, but it's non-refundable.
25%. I do 25. I've had it where people have put down half and they're about to make another payment, and it's like something came up. I get it, but I'll refund everything up to your 25%.
But if it's on the seller's end, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I, like, and the way Brett put it is like, hey, I get it, but you know, he said, like, you know, we can suck it up and then take the hit. It sucks, but what happens if it wasn't us? And not many people are in the position that they can just do that and say, I'll take it on the chin. Oops. Some people, that could fucking ruin you.
Right.
And I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's acceptable. But you know, you really got to watch how you want to run your business. You know, you really got to watch what you do, because, you know, that one mistake, there's 300 people that have probably heard it, you know. Now when it comes like, shit, like, you know, and no one's even asking, well, shit, how did the animal die? Like, to me, it's like, well, regardless of what happens, I mean, wow. I mean, like, you know, that's not cool at all. So like, do I want to put money into someone's pocket that would do that, or even do that to me? You know, do I want to send money to a person that's going to ship an animal 2 meals out of an egg? My answer is no, I don't fucking do it. And, you know, unless there's something I really, really, really need that I can't get from anywhere else, even if I pay a little more, I would rather do that. And it just sucks. And you really want to build your business and your brand by not screwing people over and giving them something that you would want, you know? Anything that add to that, Craig?
I just think that there's the whole concept of if this animal died, then was it on assist feeding? Was it not eating? And should the animal even been for sale is the question.
I mean, no, I didn't really get into that part or even know why did the snake die, or why wasn't it, you know, paid for in full and shipped? Like I didn't really get into that because I was back and forth the room, and maybe
they sold it out of the egg and then couldn't establish it and it died
or something. I mean,
but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I messaged Brent saying, "Hey, man, sorry to hear that. Really sucks." But I didn't get into in depth why. But I just said, "Man, it's good for you to call him out." And I mean, I think he should. And Mike for, you know, bringing him on and using his platform to get it out there. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. You just want to treat people and your animals the way you would want you to be treated, and like, it's not that fucking hard. It's pretty simple. You know, you can take all the negatives that people like, wow, you know, it's not like, oh yeah, I love getting 62-gram fucking snakes. They're the best eaters. I get to assist feed them myself to know that they're eating. There's no way that they can actually get bit if you do live because they're already dead. Like, I got all the time in the world to interact with the animal more. You're never going to hear a person say that. Like, please give me more 60, 62-gram, 70-gram animals. You know, let's dress them out in a box. Please, I'll take all you can because I have so much of a great time.
I'm just a big risk taker.
You know, you don't hear that. So whether it's happened to you or not, you're like, well, fuck, you know what? I don't want to have Billy fucking flaming me if I'm selling an animal under 100 grams shipped or 60. Like, I'm going to wait. And if you listen to everybody in the comments, they're like, yeah, I think Eric's 150, maybe even higher. Mm-hmm. I don't sell an animal unless it's this. People will have their own gauge, and you should too. Just be on the gauge where it's like, you know, acceptable and up, not like fucking subpar or way below. Like, but anyways, it's just, there's Kurt. It's an auction. Take what you can get. That's a gas tax at its finest.
That's back to the $85.
Yeah, $85 packaging fee. Bullish. There you go.
It's not the shipping. It's the and handling.
Yeah. Hey, man, I touched it. You're lucky I'm only charging you $85.
Yeah. The shipping was free. It's just the and handling.
Oh, I offer free pickup with a $65 facility tour. Ah, shit. Yep. There you go. Who else we got? Yeah. Even a couple bucks for a local pickup bag seems petty between breeders. Yes. Fastest. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like, really?
If you're local, you have a good shot at making more repeat customers if they're just across the street,
Oh shit, I saved up the $1,500 to buy the snake I've always wanted. Shit, honey, I'm 20 bucks short for pickup fee. You got it in your purse? Like,
yeah.
Like, how fucking ghetto is that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's ghetto. Oh my God. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. And if that's how you want to run your business, it's up to you. But I don't think it'll really give you a lot of positive, credibility and more customers in the future. Tyson says, if it does make or break your business, you need to rethink. Yeah. So he said he wanted the shipping fee because the snake went, yeah, but that's the whole point of these fucking auctions. You know what? Like, I've put up one animal in auction and I got probably half of what it was worth, but at least it went to some awesome people. Right? Some of my Patreon people. So it went to good hands. So I'm still happy. But I haven't really put other stuff up. I've been looking. I'm like, do I really? And then it's like, if it goes for low, I mean, because I'm in Canada, is it really worth the $200 shipping? And then all the stress, like, is it really worth it? And that's why I really haven't really put stuff up on the auction. But if an auction, if you're going to put it up and it goes for $5 you can't charge $85 to ship it if someone's picking it up. That's the thing of an auction, And if you don't like it or don't want to take the risk, don't use the fucking auction. It's pretty simple, It's that simple. Macamorph, what's up? Okay, now here we go. So, hey, Billy Craig, I'm looking to get an ultrasound, just pricing out right now. What do you all recommend? So
there's sort of a spectrum of prices. So the first thing to acknowledge is the price points. I think you've got, like the
Contech, I think it's called.
Contech's at about $12.50 US at Amazon. You've got the Kaishin, I think it's pronounced probably.
Kaxin.
Yeah. And that's depending on if you get it with Billy's Patreon discount or not. It can be, up to
$1,900 up to $2,700 through Breeder Circle.
Yeah. And then you've got the Butterfly, which has, I think, a model at 25 and it goes up to, 4K. And
that's
then
Genetic Genesis, if you need to reach out.
That's actually that's not Butterfly. That's a different one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
They have a different one that's very similar in form factor. It's a wireless Bluetooth scanner, handheld.
But then you're also paying for, quality, more innovations and stuff like that. So you really got to look what's in your price point. Yeah, I definitely think an ultrasound's a good tool, a great tool.
It's interesting. I sold my Contech to get a Kaixin this year or last year, and I'm not sure it was worth the upgrade because it is better. It is a better machine for sure.
But it does the same shit.
I don't know that it was, X $100 better, and but it was better. Yeah, Josh, Scott and Jordan's is really amazing. But yeah, they're both very similar. So you just have to decide what your, best thing to do is to go over to people's houses that have them and try them out.
Yeah, and get the feel of it and see.
Yep.
Because we're not really looking for like arteries or blockages in fucking, arteries or we're looking for circles, dark spots.
Yeah.
You know,
and you want a linear
measuring.
probe, not a convex probe. You want a linear probe.
For sure. Yeah. So what's up, George? How you doing? Let's see. Nikki's in the house. What's going on?
Nikki.
Oh, yeah. Last full week of April. You're right. I don't want to it'll tip until next Monday. There's more than 29 days. Yeah. So it's not the last full week of April. We got some
April's got 30 days.
Yeah. It trips into next like Tuesday, Wednesday. So happy final weeks of April, baby. So you know what? You can say that next week. So you better be here. You better be here.
But it's the last full week of April. There's no more full weeks of April.
So technically she is right. Yeah.
Next week, there's only 6 days of May.
Yeah. So see, I didn't see the full part. See, I'm selectively breeding and selectively reading. Oh, yeah. So it is happy last full
week.
And how do I go against? I mean, she's a fucking teacher, for fuck's sake. She's like, Billy, you need to read. Read, damn it. Shit, I'm gonna have to get now courses from her on how to read in English shit. Like, come on, Nikki, come on. I fucked up once. Just leave me alone. So yeah, she is 100% correct. It is the happy last full week of April, even though some of April's coming into next week, but it's just not a full week. So she is definitely correct, like always. Kurt's just sitting there going, "Oh, Billy, shut up. Just making it worse, buddy. You're making it worse. You can't be Nikki. She's no. Full Billy. Everybody's probably on the screen. Full week, Billy. Full. Don't you see the full part? Oh boy. MCBR says there's no way in hell I'd ever charge anyone a pickup fee. It's a great way to end your clientele before you get started. Yeah, but you can make more money, bro. I just, if you think about it, everything that sort of, it's all about saving or making more money. It's not about the animal and the transaction and the customer. And you really got to push that aside. What's more important, the money or the customer and the animal? Put more time and fucking food into the animal to have it shipped so it's less stressed. It's better for the animal. It's better for the client, the customer, the repeat customer. Stop thinking about 20 here, 40 here, saving $60, saving it. Like, you got to stop, right? Okay. I mean,
you have to decide, is this small amount. Now, if it's an auction and he got the snake for $50 and the shipping was 85 and he's just trying to, but you have to decide, is $85 worth losing this customer?
No.
But honestly, people who are starting out don't believe they're making customers. They're just trying to sell the animals and they don't have the longer view.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been in long enough to have repeat customers.
Or
so they don't understand it.
Yeah, or have had it happen to them where they've bought an animal, like, why am I being charged this? I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to, it works on both ends. And if they're not really, like you said, into this a lot, they're not going to know they're even making a mistake. Mm-hmm. Or they've never had it where they bought it and had to deal with it. We're like, wow, this really fucking sucks. I don't want to do this to other people. So, and speaking of that, giving a shout out, I hope they're still around. Modern Dinos.
Sweet.
MD, baby. And guess what? They're slacking.
I'm ripping Ralph Lauren. He's a young startup.
NUS Arc, yeah. Mitzi Ann, how are you? Happy Easter right back at you. So what are your thoughts on ultrasounds? Should you make the investment? I swear by them. I know when to pair, when to stop pairing. I can tell. I can count how many eggs she's gonna have, give or take. I don't waste my males. I have optimal pairings. And if you think when you're new, what are your questions? And this is something I get a lot. Hey, Billy, do you think she's gravid? Hi, I've paired her 6 times. Should I keep pairing her? hi, she's still eating, she's not off of food. Does that, or she hasn't eaten in a while. Does that mean she's gravid? Well, I'm not sure. I'd have to have more, um, instead of guessing or wondering, 5 seconds, I think it's great for new people. It's even great for people that are trying to get a male into 7, 8 females over a period of time. Because if you don't know, you're just pairing that male, to 7, 8 females, every 6 weeks or 7 weeks to try to get, like, if 5 of them aren't ready or 3 of them aren't ready for 4 months, 5 months, you could be putting all that sperm into those females that are ready. None of this questions. Oh, is she this? Is she that? Did she reabsorb? You know how easy it is to tell if she reabsorbed? I use Husbandry.PRO. If you don't have Husbandry.PRO, you can use a piece of pad and paper. Oh, April the 1st. Well, that's bad, April Fool's Day, but March 28th. Oh, I ultrasound her. She was 16 millimeters. Awesome. A month later, you go, oh, she's 25 millimeters. Oh, obviously she's not reabsorbing. She's still building. Put a male in, you get a last lock. If she's now 11 or 7 or 8, well, guess what? She was at 16. Now she's reabsorbed. It tells you in seconds. You're not guessing, trying to do this, trying to do that. I think it's an amazing tool.
Here's the economics of it. If you spent $1,500 on an ultrasound, and having that ultrasound gave you one more clutch per year at 6 eggs at $250 an egg, it's paid for itself. So, but if you would have lost that clutch or not had that clutch because you didn't know the timing of that female, then all it really takes is one clutch per year more than you're currently doing to pay for itself.
This is
depending on the value of the animals, right?
Right. Now, if you're getting an ultrasound because you have 1 male and 3 females, you're not ready. Okay. If you have the money, it's a great tool. But I don't think you need it. If you're doing, like multiple males or a male into like 4, 5, 6 females, especially if it's a first-year breeder male, you want to, allocate him when he's ready for the females when they're ready. Also, not knowing, like figuring it out, like eliminate the guesswork, like, said here, like it'll eliminate your guesswork, help you manage your males, guarantee you produce more clutches. That is pretty much bang on. You don't have to guess, oh, how's this? Is she ovulating? Is this an ovulation? Well, you should be able to tell, by looking, and especially, an ovulation just doesn't happen for 5 minutes and it's gone. It stays there for a while. So you got to notice. Sometimes you get the beginning or you get the tail end. Because I've opened one up and I'm like, oh my God, like, look around, is Cleo here? Like, it's pretty bad. Like they're like, what the fuck? Like, you can't miss one. And then others, you just sort of hit it. But, you got to look at other things beside that swollen. You'll see the scale separation. There's almost like a ridge 2/3 down the belly. It's almost like it goes in and folds in and comes back out like a ridge. And they usually lay on it and you can see it. But scale separation is when the scales are nice and tight on a normal snake.
Sometimes the spine raises.
Yeah, the spines usually, we call that tenting. That's usually like, when they're almost ready to lay. Like when you see an animal that has scale separation, whether you've seen an ovulation or not, when you see scale separation, they're sitting nesting and on the hot spot, and you see that tenting, you got eggs coming. Like, and they're swollen, and that's scale. Instead of being so tight together, they're like this. You see the outline around them, especially on dark scaled snakes. You see like the white like membrane around it. Yep. It's sort of harder on the pieds and stuff like that, or bells.
Yeah, bells.
But you can still see it because it's a different, like you see that scale look, and then you see like a crisp white outline around it, and then there's the next scale. So, but I agree, everything here, it's so useful. So useful. So Ryan says she was about 40 mil follicles about 54 days ago when I recorded the ovulation. then shed out 18 days later. So you're on your that's the prelay shed. So, and you're 39 days after that. So it's one of those things where you could open up the tub right now. It's like, oh shit, she's just like it's coming.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I would start stressing out after day 50 or so, you know. Odds gods, patience will drive you crazy. Watching podcasts makes the week go by faster. The weeks go by faster. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's the best. I think, like Craig said, to me, it's better. I think it's the best bang for your buck to get like the most professionally
I think you're right.
looking ultrasound, but you can go to the Contech, which is, saves you. I mean,
500.
So in my opinion, if you're going and getting an ultrasound for the first time, Craig's done it. Many other people have. They've spent the $1,200, $1,300 on Amazon, got that. A few years later, they've seen other people do it, and they're like, wow, you know what? I've made some money off it. I really love this machine. Let me upgrade. And then you can sell that one for $900 or $1,000, recoup some of your money and invest that in the other one. Now, for people getting into it, if money's an issue, I would go to Contech, okay? Because the other one from Feeder Breeder is $2,600. Now, if you're part of my Patreon, you get a discount rate from the manufacturer, and it comes in at what is it, 18?
Something like that. It's something like that.
It used to be $16.75, and then, of course, with COVID and stuff, it went up. And pricing, I believe it's like $18.50, $18.75, might be $19.25, but that's including shipping. So on my Patreon, you get a discount, and you also get the battery and the foot pedal, which you don't get for the $2,600 price. And the $2,600 price, you still got to pay shipping. Mm-hmm. So, being a part of my Patreon saves you about $600.
Because the battery's not cheap on the Keixen.
Yeah, so $400 depending on where you are, because you also got to pay some state taxes. You can save anywhere between $400 to $1,000 on the same unit that what do you call it? Breeder Circle sells with the foot pedal. You save money. That's what I try to do on the Patreon. Just stuff that's great that helps people and saves you money. I don't make $1 off of it. But if you're new and you want to save some money and you don't even have the $1,800, $1,900, go spend the $1,200, $1,300. But if I was to say, hey, if you're going to spend $2,600 plus with Breeder Circle or $1,250, do the $1,250. See if you like it, get used to it, and you're not so cash strapped. But I've done the Contech, and I prefer way further the Keixen, especially with the foot pedal and the way it, it's just a lot easier to handle, to move around.
Without the foot pedal, you have to do the Cine loop every time, and then you have to hit escape, and you have to back up, and then you have to find the follicle size. It's way easier if you can just take the snapshot, or do like Austin does. He doesn't do it at all. He just looks at it and estimates. And he's pretty right on.
Favorite production from last season, Craig?
I really like these Candino pieds. They're so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I didn't make a lot last season.
I'm gonna say actually it might have been my Enchi Holy Grail, but I think that was late 2023. 2024. I know my Super Asphalt Clown. I've made a bunch of other ones, but not just the base. I was really happy with that. A lot of projects. Like I love my freeways, and Super Asphalt stuff's my favorite. I've been doing that since 2009. The VPI Exanthic freeway. That was a big thing. I hit a pastel Enchi leopard freeway clown, stuff like that. It's just, this year I should have a lot of monsoon combos, a lot of scrambler stuff. So into other things. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And some of my animals that I make that are my favorite isn't necessarily the biggest bang top dollar snake as well. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's like, to me, even next year, if I hit a super asphalt VPI exanthic, it'll be my favorite snake because I've been chasing it for 3 fucking years. Yeah. And the animals that I sold to the guys that are making them, I've got, I took a 1.3 and I sold the 1.2, and they've made it 2 years in a row and I still haven't made it. I'm like, fuck. So to me, if I hit a super a super asphalt VPI exanthic, even if they're $500, it's still going to be my favorite because I've been chasing it. And I put that idea in my head in 2018 or 19 when I made the babies, right? I'm going to take a super asphalt and beat it to an exanthic. Wow, it's going to be cool in the future. It'd be cool if I could hit one and have my own instead of seeing other people making it with my babies that I made and sold. It'd be so much. So that's going to be a big thing for me, trying to hit that. So, here we go. Robert, best incubator on the market. I'm just going to say, I could be wrong, but I'm going to say Wilbanks. I've used a few. Cornell's World, the PVC ones are great. I know, is it
Sea Serpents?
Hotbox, Sea Serpents. There's another one called Hotbox in the US as well. Mm-hmm. There's a few. Depending what your budget is, and the one from Mike Wilbanks, they're more, they're pricier, but they can also
do more. They can brumate.
Yeah, you can cool. It's you get what you pay for, right?
Mine. I've never used those. Mine is an old TGR. It's a big cabinet one made out of PVC, and I've only used that and the ones I've made by hand.
So here is Mark saying, I recently had a female lay a dud and then a few days later lay the rest. That happens quite a bit. So put it this way. So anything that Charlie can do, Heather can do here in Canada. So, if you need any shed test, just send them to, is it Ball Python Genetics Canada? Heather, and all the tests Charlie has, she has as well. So, and I believe it's cheaper here in Canada too to get tests. Macamorph. I had 2 egg-bound females 2 years ago. One lays 2 eggs, and 6 weeks later died. One went 55 days past pre-lay shed. She went into the vet. He said she should be good. She died 2 weeks later. Yeah. So, like I said, I've had, I off the top of my head, 5. It could be maybe 10, but it's not a lot from what I've done. And like I said, even with Austin in 8 years, he's cranking out 100, 150 clutches a year, so even say he's done 500 clutches plus, I would say he's only a handful, but it can happen. Here you got 2 and he had 2 in 1 year, and then nothing for years, right? So it just sucks. Sorry to hear, but it does happen. Let's see. Clowning around. Dustin, how you doing, man?
Hey,
man. Most people that pick a snake up from me come back for more, or they send a friend. And that's the thing.
Word of mouth.
You think you're going to, I'm going to burn this guy and treat him bad. Cool. He can open his mouth and has forums and other people talk. Next thing you know, you just fuck 20 people over. And then those 20 people can talk. And then now you have 50 people from that one fucking shitty thing you did to one customer. It's not cool.
Yep.
You know, not cool for the snake, not cool for the customer, not good for your business. So why the fuck do it? Oh, because I make money. That's stupid, 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 stupid. So let me put up Go for Coco, baby. Actually, let's do the dark one. And I'm going to put this up too. Thank you all for being part of tonight's live and continued love and support. You guys are awesome, but you guys already know that. Who else we got kicking around in here? Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Love it. Okay, hey, did anyone get Easter eggs? I did. I got a few. I got some eggs now still. I got to go put away. It's pretty good too. But yeah, yesterday I had 6 and 2 7s. No, 6 and 2 8s. The day before I had 7 7 5 3. Got a lot of slugs in one. I'm like, man. But
I got chickens. I get eggs every day.
Oh yeah, you do. That'd be awesome. But they don't really count.
They're cloaca havers.
100%, and it should be that way. Count my blessings. Everyone I've dealt with was very professional.
And most folks are.
Yes. And that's what's good is, you know, the majority. And here's the problem. If we don't outspeak and speak about the shit that's happening and people get away with it, new people are going to come in, not know what's going on, and they're going to buy and get screwed and then bad mouth. Oh, I used to do that. And they just everybody just scams you for money. Oh, everybody fucks you over. Everybody sells. It's not good for our industry. It hurts us all down the road. I don't understand how people can't grasp that, you know? And I'm glad that you've gone, because if you had a bunch of shitty different, you know, outcomes, you might not be where you're at or not investing into the type of animals you are, right? And thank God you've come from an industry with breeding dogs that you understand how it could be, and you know there isn't an industry in the world that there isn't some fucking drama or bullshit happening all the time. And I think dogs and cats, I think, are the pretty much worse. And then people are like, oh, you should see the horse fucking people. They're even worse. Like, it's all bad. You just gotta know, you know. But you know, I'm glad, you know, that you know, and I hope everybody that gets into this has, you know, 90% plus good dealings, if not 100, right? So, let's see. Thoughts on all year around breeding or seasonal breeding. I do all year because if I had to cycle my females to go seasonal, it might take me 3 years or 2 years. Because if I have like most of my pairings are now, like I'm pairing hundreds of animals, like, you know, February, March, April, May, you know, so that I'm going to have a lot of stuff. Like I think I got 60, 70 gravid females right now. And I was pairing those in, you know, January, February. I'm still pairing a lot. There's still some that haven't even done it. So if I have a female that lays, you know, June, July, August, September, there's no way I'm going to get them to breed in next breeding season. So I'm going to have to wait that whole year. And then hopefully, you know, because I don't know how their systems work. I know that, you know, here I don't lower temps. I don't change anything. I just put an ultrasound to them once a month, and I, you know, see when they're building. When they build on their own, I pair. It's that simple. So if I sell you an animal that just laid in September, I bet every fucking dollar that I had access to, you will not get her to breed that breeding season in the winter. She she won't even start rebuilding follicles until, February, March the next year. You'll be lucky to get a clutch the same time she laid this year because it's a 1-year cycle. So I think if you do lower the temps and adjust things and change them, you can cycle them in a certain period of time. But I'll tell you one thing, if you're going to have 40, 50, 100 clutches, you don't want to have all these fucking babies in a 4-month window. Trust me. You want them.
Yeah.
You don't
you
want
do
them
want
all.
them spread out. That's for sure.
You do want them spread out. So there's a lot of benefits, right?
Just having access to hopper mice or, babies that you can feed off a lot of without growing them up. I mean, it's
consistently.
Like you don't want to have that big tsunami every year. I'm sure there's some big breeders that do it that way, but I only have 150 animals total, and they're always at different stages.
Brawley, what's going on, guys? And I haven't seen Jared in the house, but I'm on his show tomorrow.
He just joined.
Oh, did he? Oh, cool.
Yep.
So I'm still back at 8:04, where Brawley just got in. Sky's the limit. Brian and Holly. So, but yeah, I just saw him and I'm like, oh yeah, podcasters. Shit, I'm on one tomorrow. Selective Creations. So let's see. Hope all is well, guys. Brittany, what's up? Just getting home from a long day and still got to do rodents. Yep.
You could do it.
The struggle is real. Watch today's Motivation Monday, the video I put up on Patreon. Got to watch it. New York Powerballs. Just used my ultrasound to confirm a few females visualize those eggs.
Isn't
awesome.
That the best?
Crystal, how you doing, Gecko Diva?
Hey, Crystal. What's
going on? Gerald somewhere behind, and if not, say hi for me. Constrictly business. What's going on? How are you?
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, we're just going to get through a couple more comments and call it a night. I'm looking at it now. I was at the free level. Love the motivation. Oh, look at that. How I just talk about it. Might as well pull the trigger on it to get the rest of the content. Awesome. Yeah. I really recommend, like, I'm going to, the 2 lower tiers. It's I used to do a few things. Now I just really want to concentrate upwards. So the $25 tier is the lowest, will be the lowest, and it's the best bang for your buck. And like I say, if people, Mark from Brotherly, I said I was on another live, join it, suck all the information you want. If you're not happy with the group or the live streams, the content, as well as I've got a few more things coming. I'm going to be pulling the plug very soon on a couple new features. It's just been my birthday and this going and doing the finding the new building, and it's just been crazy. But I am dropping a couple new segments, as well as if you go and you just absorb everything you can and you feel like you're good, you got your $25 worth, then leave. But as long as you go and you watch the stuff, you're going to learn something more. The chat group, we have amazing people talking every day, and it's like a family. Mm-hmm. Let's see. New York Powerballs have the type that doesn't have the pedal, but when it breaks down, I wish I purchased the one with the pedal.
Says, yeah, well, yeah, it helps.
Oh, yeah. Be still, my beating heart, the VPI freeway. Ah, late to the party. Yes. How you doing, my man, Virgil? Ah, there he is. What's going on? Okay, we're almost at the end. Look at this. Charlie, having the clutches spread out is advantageous for so many reasons, like inventory, to name another. Oh, yeah, because if you have all these animals at the beginning, at the end of the year, it's like, oh, I got no animals to go to the show, but I still want to go to the show and vend, but I have no animals, plus like Craig said, feeders.
All the animals are 600 grams or 800 grams, and you can't fit them in your hatchling.
And now you need bigger rat. Yeah. The struggle is real. So I'm going to have 13 clutches within a 60, 75 day span. The rest will be late fall, winter. Awesome. You're very welcome. South Sound. In the middle of late evening rodents myself. Yeah, many of you. Oh, look at that. Brittany's saying, love the Patreon fam. Join us. Thanks, Britt. Get some rest and hope you don't, burn yourself out with all the rats. All I know is, very shortly when I say goodbye and to Craig as well, I'm going to go watch the Blue Jay game and chill out for the rest of the night. I do have to put a clutch away, and then that's it. And I'm just relaxing for the rest of the night. And then tomorrow, I'm going to say, why did I take some time off? I got to work harder now. That's just what happens, right?
Yep.
Thank you, Creative Genetics.
Super chat.
Super chat. But I will do the outro. And like always, guys, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you all. And let me take this banner off here. And have an amazing week. We'll see you soon. And let's do this.
My channel, my content, I'm the man with the Morse. Billy Rose in the house,
And
breaking
Craig.
down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Yo, it's Billy Rose, let me tell you a tale. From the heart of Canada, where the pythons prevail. Got the rack stack high, morphs that'll make you smile. From clowns to ultra males, I'm running this reptile now. Started from the bottom, now collections elite. Feeding ASF, every snake gets a treat with the community tight. I'm the breeder you seek. Mutation, creation, every day of the week. Social media buzzing, see the followers grow. On YouTube, Instagram, watch the Billy Rose show. The hacks into the giants, got the genetics unlocked. In the reptile game, I'm the TikTok of the clock. Channel my content, I'm the man with the Morse. Billy Rose in the house,
And
breaking
Craig.
down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Gold scissors in hand, cutting clutches with flair. Reppin' Toronto, Canada, you know I'm rare. Team Ultra Male strong, colors vivid and bright. In the world of ball pythons, I'm shining the light.
Shining the light. There you go, baby. Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome. There he is. How you doing, my man?
Hey, Steve.
One of our clutches, we have a split pairing. One of our clutches is due soon. Due soon, baby. Awesome. So have a great week. Thank you guys all. Keep grinding, doing your thing. See you soon.